Welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to take a closer look at Microsoft Corporation. There have been some recent news that Microsoft plans to invest $10 billion in ChatGPT Owner OPENAI. So on today's episode, what I want to do is take a closer look at this news that just kind of came out after hours. But more importantly, I went to ChatGPT and kind of asked, what can Microsoft do with you integrated into their systems? And the answers might shock you. So let's take a closer look in today's episode.
I do want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and make sure to check out fool.com/Jose to get the top 10 stocks to buy right now.
So if we take a closer look at Microsoft's stock price, we can see right now after hours, the stock is sitting at $227. In the past 5 days, the stock is down roughly 6.5%. I did a video about a week ago explaining some of the recent updates happening with Microsoft. One was a recent downgrade that affected the overall stock price and really kind of plummeted stock price. At the end of the day, I'm a long-term bull on Microsoft. I do have shares, and I believe in the long-term investment thesis for this company. So now let's take a closer look at that recent news. Like I mentioned earlier, or late this evening on January 9th, there were reports that Microsoft plans a $10 billion investment in ChatGPT Owner OPENAI. For those not familiar with ChatGPT, this is this huge kind of artificial intelligence language where a lot of people are going there to kind of ask questions, sometimes maybe even help them out with their homework. I've personally used it to kind of learn a lot about the semiconductor market and just about technology in general. It's been a lot easier for me to learn than, if I may be all honest, to kind of Google everything individually. So there's definitely a lot of pros and cons. So here we saw that there was a news outlet, Semaphore, that reported on Tuesday about this potential investment and kind of broke down this investment, which is kind of seen as a complicated deal. So the funding is expected to be part of a complicated deal in which Microsoft will gain about 75% of OpenAI profits until the firm recoups the initial investment. Not gonna lie, this kind of reminds me of a Shark Tank episode. It does seem like that's good for Microsoft, right? It does kind of help them make sure they get their money back. After they get the money back, the reports mentioned that Microsoft will hold about 49% of OpenAI. So roughly half of the company will be owned by Microsoft. The reports obviously have come out after numerous articles have appeared that Microsoft is planning to incorporate OpenAI's technology into Office and email software. And this is not the first investment from Microsoft to OpenAI. If it is true, Microsoft had reportedly invested about $1 billion in cash and cloud credits into OpenAI in 2019. Now, I was kind of wondering how this ChatGPT would be able to integrate really well with Microsoft Office. So I went to ChatGPT online and kind of asked, if you were implemented into Microsoft Office, what new solutions would be available? Some interesting ones would be language understanding. For example, the user could interact with Office using natural language, making it easier to express their thoughts. For example, a user could write a sentence like, create a chart showing the sales data for the past 12 months, instead of having to navigate through the whole menu that Microsoft Presentation, Microsoft Excel has. It could be done as easily as just typing that sentence out. Another one would be assistant with research. Office could use its knowledge to help users find and gather information for their documents. For example, ChatGPT could help a user find credible sources for a research paper. Another one, intelligent collaboration. Office could use the natural language understanding from ChatGPT to help users collaborate more effectively. Let's say one user kind of creates feedback for the other user. ChatGPT could help users understand that feedback and comments they received on their documents and could help them write them more clear and actionable instructions for the colleagues to kind of make those new solutions or kind of respond to that feedback and comment. So we can see Microsoft's Office definitely has numerous ways that it can implement ChatGPT, not only on their Office, but also in their mail and whatever kind of solutions Microsoft has. I can obviously see it being used in kind of gaming market as well, and advertising and everything. So it could definitely be a huge push for Microsoft. At the moment, these are reports and we have to see where it goes. OpenAI also has not just a language model, but it also has an image generating tool, DALL-E, which has kind of created high quality digital images A lot of people are using that too. So it does seem like this is pretty interesting. At the moment, though, it is reported that ChatGPT is extremely expensive to operate. And I do believe for that reason, if this kind of deal is true, Microsoft is always looking to get that money back and to get that initial investment. And that's why it's looking to gain about 75% of OpenAI's profit. So I'm going to say this is something we're going to keep a closer eye on. Definitely something Microsoft investors should keep a closer eye on. There is huge potential here. $10 billion is not a joke, even for a big tech giant like this. But the growth opportunities from this could be amazing for the overall company. So let me know in the comments below, what are your thoughts about ChatGPT and how Microsoft can kind of implement those solutions into their own solutions?